You're ready to edit your first YouTube video, but you're probably overwhelmed, scared, you're not sure where to start, and you might be dreading it a little bit. Trust me, I know the feeling, I've been there, but I've been editing videos for over 10 years now, and so I really want to help you out. Now, I actually made a video on how to film your first YouTube video. If you haven't watched that yet, I'll leave a link in the description. Check that out and then come back to this video, but today we're talking about editing. So assuming you have your footage all good to go, these are gonna be your 10 easy steps to edit your first YouTube video.
You gotta just press record.
Hey guys, my name is Nolan with Think Media. Step number one is you want to get all of your footage that you filmed into folders onto your computer. So if you filmed on your phone, you can airdrop them to your computer. That's going to go to your downloads. You can drag them into a specific folder. Make sure to keep everything organized. So the folder should be named the title of your video. And then inside of there, you're going to want to make some folders for video assets, for music and sound effects, stuff like that. Keep everything organized. And this is going to save you a massive headache down the road. Step number two is to import your footage into your editing program. So you're gonna wanna open up your editing program. I'm gonna be using iMovie for this demonstration, but you could use your phone, you could use Windows Movie Maker. iMovie is just free. I personally use Final Cut Pro, but iMovie is free on any Mac computer, so that's what I'm using today. But don't leave yet if you use something else, because all of these tips are going to apply to you no matter what editing software you use. So now with your editing program open and your footage on your computer, you're gonna drag that footage into your editing program. Once your footage is in there, we're going to take all the talking pieces and we're going to throw all of those in order onto our timeline. And step number three is to cut it down. So if you're filming a video like this, we're going to take all the talking head pieces. We're going to trim the beginning. We're going to trim the end. If I mess up and I have to restart, I'm going to cut all that part out and just start doing that over and over again until what's left is all of the good stuff and no mess ups. Now, do not worry about any effects or music, any of that stuff yet. First, what we want to do is just trim all the fat and get all the good parts on our timeline. All right, step number four. This one is very, very important. And this is to watch your video as a viewer. And during this step, we are looking for pieces that we can cut out. See if we can trim the fat just a little bit more. As you start watching the video as a viewer, start to think to yourself, is this a little bit slow? Am I repeating myself? Do I actually need to say that and go into detail on that? If the answer is no, just take it out. Now, doing this step is gonna put you ahead of so many YouTubers because a lot of people just throw all of their footage on their timeline and that is their YouTube video. Now, if you're down there already typing out a comment and you're asking, how long should my video be? Don't worry about that because every single video is gonna be completely different. If you filmed a long tutorial video, it could end up being 10, 15, 30 minutes long. If you're filming a vlog and maybe it's 10 minutes long, you could probably get that thing down to like 8 minutes long. And of course, there's a lot shorter videos on YouTube too. So it depends on the content that you're making and really just focus on cutting out the stuff that doesn't need to be there or stuff that is boring or too slow. Don't spend as much time trying to figure out the exact time that it should be. Just focus on making a good video. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Step five is to edit in your hook. Now I'll explain this, and actually what I recommend people do is before they shoot their video, you can do this at the end of your video, but at some point you want to film and look at the camera and tell people the hook and why they should stay and watch your video and what you're going to teach them or what's going to happen during the video. I actually have a video entirely explaining this entire process, and so I'll leave that in the link in the description. Check that out. That's going to be a very good video for you to watch. But basically an easy way for you to do this is grab some of the best moments from your video. If it's a vlog, if it is a before and after, grab that before, grab that after clip, and you're going to actually copy them, not delete them. You're just going to copy them and move those to the very beginning of your video. And then what you can do is add some text on screen that says coming up. And so people, when they first click on the video, they're going to see what to expect in the video. Because a lot of times people start their videos off way too slow and people don't really know what's coming up. So they don't stick around to actually see what happens. You could have an amazing video, but if it starts off too slow and they don't know that it gets really good, then they'll just click off and go to the next video. Step six is we are going to add in some B-roll. This is basically all the other footage that you can overlay on top of you talking to showcase what you're talking about. So if I filmed a video about some of my favorite books, as I'm talking about these books and how cool they are and why you should check them out, I'm gonna overlay this footage showing you the books that I am talking about. You can literally just drag that B-roll right on top of your A-roll, and this is gonna kind of cover it up so you don't have to detach the audio. Step number seven is to add in your effects. I kind of like to call this adding in the sauce, but you don't want to get lost in the sauce. Let me explain. This step really isn't the most important part of your video. The most important part is the actual content, what you're talking about, the storytelling of the video itself. All of that is what I would call the meat. And then the sauce that goes on top of it, it makes it better and actually brings out the flavors more. This is going to be stuff like effects, transitions, titles, sound effects, music, all that kind of stuff. And I want to say, don't get lost in the sauce, because you can waste tons of time trying to do this like funny edit and then it just doesn't like turn out the way you thought it would be. So two of the things that I really recommend that every YouTube video should just have a little bit of would, one, be music, and two is adding in an end card. I have a video I'll leave in the link in the description on how to make an end card and how to add an end card. But basically you just want to take that still image, add it to the end of your video for about 8 seconds, and then later in you can add in those end cards to your YouTube video. And the second part that I definitely recommend is adding in music. This can really add to the mood and the energy of your video. But you want to be careful here, because on YouTube you can get a copyright strike if you're using just music from Justin Bieber or whoever else you like listening to music to. If you add their music into your videos, you could get a copyright strike, or what will probably just happen is you're not able to monetize that video. And that is why I'm stoked to tell you about today's sponsor, Epidemic Sound. Basically, just go to epidemicsound.com and they have tons of music, they have tons of sound effects, and anything you download from epidemicsound.com, you can now use in your YouTube videos, and you don't have to worry about any copyright strikes. You can still monetize your videos. So all you got to do is pay them a monthly fee, and you can use as much music as you want and monetize all of those videos on your YouTube channel. And even if you cancel your membership eventually, you still get to keep those songs in those videos and keep them all monetized. I recommend going to their playlist, finding a good song, and then you're going to go ahead and download this. Make sure that you save that music to your folder though. You want to keep everything organized as you download maybe pictures, graphics, music, sound effects. Keep those in the folders that you created earlier. Now, a major tip here is when adding in your music to the timeline, you do not want it at full blast, full volume. So what we're gonna do is turn down the music a lot and make sure that it's not overpowering your video, especially when you're talking. If a montage or something happens where you're not talking at all, you can bring that volume up. I still recommend not going at 100%, maybe 80 to 90% at the max. But if you are talking, make sure that it is super quiet. Play it back, listen, and if it's too loud, turn it down. I always recommend, and I always tell people, I would rather have my music in the background be a little bit too quiet than too loud, because some people will just click off if it's annoying. Epidemic is actually going to give you a month free off of their plan, so you can start using their music for absolutely nothing. All you have to do is click the link in our description, or you can go to thinkmediasounds.com. As you're looking for music, I also recommend looking at their sound effects library, because they have tons of high quality sound effects over there too that we use here at Think Media in our videos, and we use their music in our videos. Overall, you're going to find everything you need at epidemicsound.com. Step number 8 is going to be color correction. I'm going to be honest, a lot of you up front can just skip this step entirely, especially if you're shooting on a camera like an iPhone or a ZV-1 and you have automatic settings and everything just looks pretty good, then you're not going to have to mess with the colors. But if you accidentally shot something where the white balance was way off and it's too warm or too cool, you can adjust this, and this is where you'd go in and kind of mess with those color settings to just get everything looking a bit better. But again, if this overwhelms you, just skip that. Don't even mess with the colors unless you want to have a little bit of fun with it. Step number 9 is to now watch your video and take notes. Watch it through, make sure there's no misspellings, make sure that the music doesn't get too loud, there's no glitches, nothing like that. Basically just making sure everything is good to go before you export it and throw it onto YouTube. And that is tip number 10, which is to export your YouTube video. And if you want the best export settings for iMovie, then click on the screen. Or if you want to take my entire free iMovie masterclass, then click on the screen, and I'll see you guys in another video.